Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Have I got a deal for you today? This is something special. Cooler Master's MasterWatt 650 80 plus bronze semi-modular, semi-fanless 5-year warranty power supply, $32. No kidding. In the month of March, right now on both Amazon and Newegg, link down in the description below. It's both on sale with a mail-in rebate, $32. Now prices change all the time, so go check that in the future. It might be higher, but right now, I'm going to publish this fairly soon after I film it. This is a screaming deal. Do you want an i7 8700K? Do you want a Ryzen 7 1700X? Do you want a 1080 Ti or a Vega 64? This will drive it. Not only that, but it'll also drive 2 mid-level cards as well if you want to SLI them or doing something else. It has 4 PCI Express power connectors, more than half a dozen SATA connectors and peripheral connectors. It's semi-modular. The fan doesn't even turn until it reaches 15% load, and only 14 decibels at 50% load. Yeah, that's incredible. Did I mention they're currently selling it for $32 after mail-in rebate? That is an amazing value for the money. Run, don't walk, and buy one of these if you're in the market for it. At this price point with the features and capabilities, there's no current other deal on the market, at least, again, when I'm filming this video, that remotely touches this. Combine that with the 5-year warranty and the other features, and I've got my new favorite power supply. This is a screaming deal. Well, now that you've heard the short, sweet version, let's take this out of the box and show you what this thing looks like, shall we? It's a power supply. I know, exciting. But we have a pamphlet warranty. It's, screw it in your computer and plug everything where it goes. We have got the modular cables here. That is a bundle of cables. We have got a standard power cord right here. Case screws to screw it into your case. And then we have a power supply in what appears to be some kind of bubble thing. We'll pull that out. And there you have it. It is a nice standard size ATX power supply. You can see here it's got a very muted logo, so it's not too flashy. It's not going to contrast with your system or be ugly. It's very nice. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this would be great for an i7 8700K or anything below that, a Ryzen 7 1700X or anything below that. But it would also be a great retrofit power supply. Do you have an older FX-based system with a failed or failing power supply? Maybe it's making a hum or a noise and you're like, maybe I just need to replace this thing. Perhaps you've got something even older, an i5 2500K or a 2600K, and maybe your power supply is not up for overclocking. This will certainly handle it. Perhaps you've got an OEM system, a Dell, an Acer, an Asus or something, and you want to install a graphics card. Again, for this price, why wouldn't you? You can buy 400, 500 watt power supplies. You can save $5, $10 over the price of this, but this is more efficient. It's quieter. It has more features. It's semi-modular, making cable management easier. And at the current price in March of 2018, skip all the cheaper ones. Right now at this price, I wouldn't even buy the $29 or $25 400 watt power supplies. It's just, this is such a value for the money. And then you always have more if you need it. You can see here the array of the semi-modular plugs. You just plug in the cables that you need there. You can see the fan on the bottom I mentioned before. It does not turn below 15% load, and at 50% load, it's 14 decibels, which is essentially silent. The outside of the power supply here, you've got your standard plug here, 3-prong for power going to the wall, and a hard power switch, which is always nice. Usually the cheaper power supplies admit that. There is no voltage selector. This is universal. It works from 100 all the way to 240 volts without a problem. I like this part. There's nothing on the top of this. If you are tired of power supplies that are conflicting with the color scheme or don't look nice in your system, it really doesn't get more muted than that. Now, the other side does contain various technical, they legally have to put this stuff somewhere, so it's on this side, but that shouldn't contrast too much, and you can probably put that on the part that doesn't face outside. Do not let the low price fool you. This is actually a mid-range power supply, not a budget power supply. It's just priced like a budget power supply. 4 PCI Express power connectors will drive 2 high-end video cards. Probably not 2 1080 Ti's. You probably want more wattage for that, but let's be honest, you're buying a gold or platinum for those. But maybe 2 1070s would certainly, or 2 RX 580s, for example, would run just fine on this power supply. 4 4-pin Molex peripheral connectors and a 4-pin floppy connector. Most of you will not use this cable, and what's nice is you don't have to plug it in. Two serial ATA cables, use one or use both. Each of them have 4 serial ATA connectors on them. You can plug in 8 drives with this thing. Very, very few people are ever going to do it. So you essentially have more connectors than you're ever going to use. It's almost overkill for budget level systems, but as I said, you can put this into a nice system. Now let me be clear, some people might say, well, why would you put an i7 8700K on a bronze power supply? Shouldn't that be gold? Bronze and gold are efficiency ratings. It is true that gold units usually have better quality components, solid state 105 degree capacitors, and a few other things. Yes, that's true. And if you're building a $2,000 plus system and you want a little bit more efficiency and perhaps a 10-year warranty power supply, fair enough, buy a gold. But you're going to spend 3 times the money to do it, and they'll both run the system just fine. My i7 7700K build that I built back in the beginning of 2017 has a 650 watt 80 plus bronze power supply in it, not a gold. It runs fine to this day. I've overclocked it. I've run it at 5 gigahertz. So don't think that you have to buy a gold. It's nice, and usually they come with some other features, but this is an amazing value for the money. If you're trying to save money, but you want good power, you want good efficiency, you want silence, you want semi-modular, all black cables, there's not a ketchup and mustard colored in sight, I like this power supply. This is a favorite. And I'm going to be building this in the Ryzen 7 1700X giveaway PC, which will be linked down in the description below. That's also being given away at the end of March, so go check that out. And speaking of checking things out, like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you loved it. Remember to subscribe to my channel with the big huge red button directly below. Questions and comments in the comment section. Links to the video description, link to the giveaway, 4 channels involved, tons of prizes, links to Amazon and Newegg to pick this up at least through the month of March for a ridiculous good price. Yes, it's a mail-in rebate, I understand, but wow, what a deal. It really is. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.